Okay, Ronel, so you teach in a management department, so I would like to ask you what you think from your perspective on this process of institutionalization of public relations and corporate communication, of course.
Good, I am absolutely for it. Where we came from previously, I think we as scholars both, was from either a critical school where it was taught as part of, for example, philosophy or the administrative sciences or arts and humanities on the one hand, or as journalism. But I'm very fortunate now in the position where I teach at a university in a faculty called the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. It's the largest one at the University of Pretoria. It has about 10,000 full-time students. And I am chairperson of the School of Management Sciences, which includes all of the functional areas of management. The HR functions, the institutional enterprise function, the IT functions, as well as the financial sciences, and of course the management sciences of marketing and communication management. So I can see how it can be institutionalized.
Right, right. So you have experience, you did research on this field, and maybe you can make some examples for us of your research.
At the moment also we are doing a lot of work with our students. People have been mentioning here now that there are not enough case studies, that there are not enough material, for example. Let me give you a few examples of what our students are doing. Apart from the theory behind marketing and communication, or PR, or whatever they may call it, because there's still a debate going on of what is what. I don't necessarily care about that as long as we teach it. I ask the students when they come there, what do you want to be? Do you want to be an academic? Do you want to be a researcher? Do you want to be a practitioner? And then they usually say they're not sure in first year, but we equip them with a portfolio on first year level so that if they leave, at least they will be able to do technical things on how to write a PR publication, on how to, for example, do a media release, etc. Then later on, obviously, students can decide to do research, because research, we also teach from at undergraduate level research, the importance of research, because it shows the legitimacy of public relations and marketing as a field.
But you do research in large organizations?
We do research in very large organizations.
What's your thought about the institutionalization process in this large?
It's interesting that if we look at the large corporations and the multinationals that are specifically working in and around Africa and South Africa, they do take the functions of marketing and corporate communication very seriously, but they do not necessarily know where to fit it in. So we do research to legitimize ourselves. The research that we usually do in these large corporations is on the quality and necessity of, for example, internal communication.
Right. And what's the result?
The result is usually that there's not enough internal communication, or that it's not packaged in the right manner, that people are overburdened by all of their emails at the same time. It's not packaged for them, and that they would like, in an organization of, say, 30,000 people, I mean, communication is very complex.
And how is it the tendency that you see in your country?
The tendency that we see in our country is that there is not a paradigm shift necessarily, but that there is a different type of communication. Government communication is extremely important. The scandals that are being caused at the moment in the southern parts of Africa, and the political situation gives us a lot of green field of materials to work with, to do research on, communication specifically. Politics in South Africa and Southern Africa is, for example, being treated in many instances as a business. And politicians have a lot of power. And we see public relations in action when we look at the branding, for example, of the reputations of those people. So there's a shift towards branding of people, personal branding, branding of political parties, and of course the reputation of companies involved in it.
Corporation, what you say?
Reputation is very important to them, but so is stakeholder engagement. They are moving towards less of a technical way of letting people know, but more involving all of their stakeholders. And their stakeholders are everybody. It's the community, it's civil society, it is their markets, it is activist groups, it's politicians, it's the media. We do quite a lot of stakeholder mapping for large corporations in South Africa, because they sometimes do not know what is important when they look at their stakeholders. One message, a centralized message, very important, but the way in which that message should be put across to the various stakeholders, they battle with.
Right.
But they are moving from communication, purely corporate communication, to more involving the stakeholders on the same level.
Right.
Because they believe that they also have a responsibility as the recipients of their communication, and not only receiving the communication as, you know, people just wanting a message from the corporation.
That's very interesting. So we'll discuss it in Milano. Okay?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Good.